Gareth Southgate's, jazzed up the squad a little bit, put Kobbie Mainoo in it. Now I'm like thinking,
do you think,
we can get
right,
a game. Hopefully we can
before
get a
we
game.
sort of dig deep into the game, do you reckon that the Kobbie Mainoo thing is him sort of having a look at one of his future players for Man United?
Probably, because he's going to come Man United and he also like him, innit?
Do you think there's truth in that?
No, I said this to KG on the Flexing KG, so...
It's a big rumour.
We changed our thumbnail. We had a thumbnail called Sir Jim on Smoke because he was on a podcast just talking up the things, and then while we were recording this Gareth Southgate thing, so we changed it to Sir Jim on Crack, and then spoke about the Gareth thing, and I can't be seeing that happening.
But what if it does?
If it does, then I can't stop supporting Man United, so I'll be there. But
that would be really interesting,
wouldn't it?
That can't happen.
It would be interesting.
That would be very interesting
because
we've not seen Southgate in a managerial role since Middlesbrough.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Listen,
I think.
How do you know
the same with Potter? There's the links with the Potter. Do you know what I actually think?
How do you know he wouldn't do a good job?
It's international break.
I'd like to see.
It's international break. The media need. There was the last international break. It was Potter's going to be. This always happens. Like when we beat Liverpool, the media was saying, Ineos, I haven't given up on Ten Hag. There's always something to do and to say.
If there's someone that
I'm trying to be sure about it, yeah.
The thing is, it makes sense.
Don't sound it.
If you want
to
get the best out of Harry Maguire, who better to hire than Gareth Southgate himself?
Ten Hag's got the best out of Maguire, mate.
No, Gareth Southgate's got the very best out of Maguire.
Ten Hag's got the best out of him.
So that would be brilliant to see. Luke Shaw. I'm here for it.
Luke Shaw, new deal.
I'm here for it as well.
All you lot are here for it. Because you all don't want Man United to go in the right direction with Ineos, with our brand new stadium in the Wembley of the North. Of course, you're all jealous.
Do you know the thing is about it, right? Is that how do you know he wouldn't do a good job?
Wembley of the North.
How do you know he wouldn't do a good job?
I don't. Look, if Gareth Southgate ended up at Man United, I would have to have a lot of different conversations and start,
semi-final,
mix zone energy.
Listen,
what was England doing before he turned up? I mean,
nothing.
I've said, look, the international. I've been arguing with Owen about this on the channel, yeah. But I've just winding him up because I don't want Southgate to come to Man United at all. But I did say, out of just in general, I tweeted a few weeks ago because it's getting towards the Euros, and I'm getting excited because I love this England team, yeah, with how good they are, players. If Southgate wins the Euros, right, what is the narrative that will be? Is it about time with them players? You should have won it. You're the best team. Don't give him no props. Or is it B? This is the first thing we've won since 1966. He's done it.
You have to give him props.
You have to give him props.
I do think it's a bit of both, though. I think the argument will be for both because we have got the best crop of players we've had since the golden generation, which we never did anything with. And I still think you have to give him credit for the way that Gareth has come in and changed and galvanised the squad and got us, to a semi-final, a final of two tournaments. So I think that you have to look at it in that context, but also the tools at his disposal and the camaraderie in the camp, and credit to the players for that, not having the cliques and stuff that we saw when all of us were kind of growing up with England. You have to give Gareth Southgate credit for that. But in terms of him managing at club level, I'm not 100%.
And that's where I pushed back because I was just basically saying, look, my argument for Gareth, people took this as like you're a Southgate sympathiser, you want him at Man United. No, I make this clear. I don't want Gareth Southgate to come to Man United. My argument with Owen at this time was like just around the Euros and the perception of him. Like I'm saying, for me, if he wins the Euros, there can't be no caveats of like brackets this, but we had this, but we had that. I've seen Rio Ferdinand, Gerrard, Lampard, Scholes, Owen, Rooney, Shearer.
Do nothing.
I've seen the best of the best. Ashley Cole. I've seen John Terry. I've seen the best English generational players, way better than these players. Do you know what I mean? Do nothing with some top managers.
Even Belgium,
at the times.
Portugal.
Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, if Gareth wins, and then because Owen said, well, it'll depend how he wins, because if it was like, wasn't tactical and I was like, no, if he wins and it went off someone's arse and went in,
no one cares.
Like he's done the first major trophy since '66. So my question to everybody, to you guys, which you just answered, Abby, and to you lot at home, is if Gareth Southgate wins the Euros, would he shake off some of the disrespect or would it just be no? And look at the Portuguese manager. He won the flipping Euros. No one remembers him. Do you know what I mean? Where does it?
He has to get credit, but I wouldn't have that translate to Man United or any top club job because that's a day in, day out, and that's so the responsibilities are completely different.
What about England then? Is it like got to give him a new deal? He's just won.
No, I think he walks away regardless after this tournament. Me personally,
it'd be difficult to sack him after winning a Euros.
No, I think he probably will. I think he.
But he might walk away, yeah. But I don't.
The thing is, right, if he was managing like Portugal or France or something, similar record,
yeah,
there'd be clubs queuing up to get him. Why is it because he's an English manager?
It's not about him being an English manager.
I think a lot of that is sometimes.
Him being the England manager, but not being English like Eddie Howe.
He plays shit football.
No, but I'm saying like,
Yeah.
if he was a foreign coach and he had that record, we'd be like, oh, he's got a great record, man. He took them to the semi-finals and final of and there'd be teams queuing up.
Teams would want him around the world.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm on about in the Premier League. So why is it?
But because we know international football is so different from club football.
Completely different.
So different. And also, when you dig deeper into those statistics, we know that when he's come up against half decent opposition, he can't get it done, and that's been on record for multiple tournaments. When England face a team with actual quality,
that's why I think it's interesting if we do beat France, do beat Germany in a home tournament. By the way, because there's this arrogance, I hate it. Everyone's saying like. Paul Merson said it. I just don't see how England don't win it. Like we got the best team in the world.
You can't have that.
Talking nonsense.
He's arrogance.
Yeah, that's arrogance.
Have you seen Portugal's team?
Other good teams. Yeah, look at Portugal's team.
Do you know what I mean?
Even France.
Have you seen France's team?
France are still there.
And the thing is with Germany, don't get me wrong, they're going through a transition and stuff. It's a home tournament.
But that's why if he wins it, he has to get credit because he's going up against still very good teams, 100%. Like I'm not going to just sit here and be like, oh, we should have won it anyway.
But you know the other reason why he should get credit, right? Is because he's built that team as well. Like everybody just looks on it and thinks. Like he's had this unbelievable golden generation of jobs, but he's given them a chance. I don't think Saka, for instance, at his young age when he got into the team, would have been playing under previous managers. They would have said, oh no, he lacks experience, blah, 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 we bring him in slowly. He'd be in the under-21s. Probably Bellingham would be as well.
But what they're saying is that pathway of Gareth Southgate overseeing the under-21 with Stephen.
So he's brought these guys straight. He's built that team.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you have to give him credit for that.
I do agree with you with the thing about he doesn't get over the line, and that's my big criticism of him. He's not brave enough.
Yeah.
And in their moments, he plays it safe too much. But he built that team. A lot of the players that are in that team would not be in the team under previous.
I think you also need to look at the players though, because these are players that have won, for example, Champions Leagues or Premier Leagues and things like that as well. So I do think it's not just always on the manager about getting them over the line. I do agree with you on the safety aspect that sometimes he has played it a bit too safe, especially the Italy game. For the Euros a couple of years ago. That's the one that sticks in your head. But you wouldn't have said sack him after that. I think it's just because the way that
Croatia
we then went
game as well in the World Cup.
Yeah, but I still think after the Italy game, you would have said let's stick with him. I think it's after the World Cup you probably would have said okay, well that's when there was people that were piping up and be like maybe we need to go in a different direction. And also he's persisted with certain players in the squad like the Harry Maguires or the Calvin Phillips for time, but they've always delivered on an England.
Is he changing?
So I got that. Yeah, I think there's a bit of like him adapting and him realising that. He can play Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire on an England level has never let the country down. So why wouldn't you take him out? But I think that it is also important to have the experience of a Jordan Henderson as well as having the Kobbie Mainus of the world. And I think you have to also not just pin everything on the manager if they don't get over the line. These are also players and it's also a mentality thing. And they also need to get themselves over the line. They've been in 2 semi-finals and a final. So it's also down to them to do it.
I think when I see players like Phillips and Henderson in the side, though, that for me is like a representation of a lack of bravery because these players are not performing at club level to the level that they need to be.
But with him bringing in Kobbie Mainoo now, and remember, that wasn't his first decision.
No, it was.
And then when it happened, I went, well, let me look for the injured player. Then something must have happened.
That's what we said, wasn't it?
No. So what the question is he starting to now go, yeah, man, look at these players that I've got at my disposal. Cole Palmer's now in there, unquestionably. Sterling's now not in there. Like, is he not going...
Evolving.
You know what I mean?
We're evolving
to add, though, on the point before, I feel like I'll give him some credit, obviously, for bringing those players into the setup, but he almost had to, because how could you not? Like, these players were given opportunities at their clubs. Look at the way they're performing. The credit really is going to the club managers
but he's done it before, though.
That are playing them week out, week in, week out.
He started him like for England.
Like individual cases like that. But you see Cole Palmer, like he should be there. Like how?
He should be.
Cole Palmer's not going to play over Saka. He's not going to.
No, but it's just on a quality thing. He has to be in that squad.
Also think as well. Let's remember where England were before he took over. Right, and the way he sort of brought the country together behind the team and stuff like that. Those things weren't happening with England.
So
people didn't even like the England team.
He's massively
he has
changed
done
it. He's done loads. He's done loads.
He gets his appreciation for that, but then if we've seen that the team's capped off, we can't waste this crop of players with the talent they've got. Harvey Elliott, look how good he's been. You know, Jones, like we got some quality players that can't even get in because it's just
you can
an
only call
overload.
up a certain number of players, right?
100%.
We are very blessed.
It's not a bad
We're
thing.
blessed at the minute. Like we've got an incredible array of young talent coming through.
People got to miss out.
We're blessed, so we have to actually take advantage of that and win something.
I do think, I know that everyone always talks about Jordan Henderson in particular, about thinking he shouldn't be in the squad. I think this probably will be the last one that he probably will be in.
I don't think he should start, but I think he should be in the squad.
But yeah, I think you can't put, because of the mentality thing and having someone around the dressing room.
That's why Conor Cody went to the last one.
He went to Saudi, flopped. He's gone to Ajax now. He's flopping again. He's not playing well at Ajax.
I still think it's important.
I think
it's important to have characters like that in the dressing room. I do,
especially when you got all young new ones who
100%.
haven't done it before. Like we as fans, I get it.
Got Declan Rice.
I'm saying like he shouldn't be there on like playing and stuff like that. But sometimes as a manager, you always think, especially for tournament football, you always think about when you're not on the pitch because that's important about who knits people together.
He's got Declan Rice in the
Bring
team.
another coach.
Yeah, bring another coach if that's the case, and put another player who deserves to be there.
In the place.
He might, when he retires, he might end up backroom style.
So you're saying you have him there as a background dancer, like a backup dancer, not on the pitch, just in the background.
Unlock character.
Okay, so let me suggest this, right? Just final thing. Call up the players that actually deserve to be there on merit in terms of performance and ability, and then say, here, mate, can you come and do some backup dancing in the background and just be with the squad regardless? Like, put the tracksuit on.
Bring another coach.
Come be amongst them.
But apart from Henderson,
why is he taking up a squad space for
apart from one? We're talking about one player.
Harry Maguire as well at this point.
I'm saying mentality has to come with quality.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you're hampering the team.
But what are the other? Out of the Henderson
Maguire,
is there any other that you just should never?
No. Listen, I'm not really. It's a couple of friendlies. I'm not emotionally like.
Calvin Phillips ain't there no more. But this
Sterling's
is
not there no more.
Jordan Henderson has not delivered for England. He has. He has always delivered for England. Same as Harry Maguire.
And look, Sterling's played shit and he's not there though.
Yeah.
So
he's making.
He could have done it to Henderson.
He's making the decision.
It's because it's his guy.
Look, he obviously wants Jordan Henderson there for a reason. Whether that's the mentality thing or not, I think for a couple of friendlies where you've got all these young kids coming into it, I think it's important to have him there.
That's the right word, friend, because that's the only reason I can see he's there.